Hey guys, welcome back to Not For Nothing Homestead. I'm Ginger. Thank you for stopping in today. We are going to be making a soup today to warm your bellies in this cool weather. It's my favorite time of year, coming off of summer when it was so hot and you get to wear your nice fluffy shirts and all of your boots and fluffy pants and eat fluffy food. Okay, anyways, this video today is part of a collaboration called #Cozy Fall Soups. This is put on by Heather at Milk and Honey Heritage Farms and Gail at Gail Southern Living. Now, both of them are going to have a playlist on their channels. So go to their channels, either one, and you can check the other content creators out that are in this collaboration. It's going on through the whole month of November. You're going to find some wonderful soup recipes to fill your bellies. Also, make sure you leave a very nice comment and hopefully a thumbs up if you enjoy the video. Because they're going to be having a giveaway on December 2nd at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. So you could be eligible to win something that they're going to be giving away. So that is awesome too. It's a win-win. You get a new recipe and you might win something. So yay. All right. So these apples have not one single thing to do with my soup. Okay. They just happen to be here. What I am going to be bringing you today is one of my favorite soups. You know, I love my lentils. I'm not going to use this whole bag. But I love lentils. They're packed with iron. They're really good for you. And they're easy to throw in a soup. They really are. So you're going to need some lentils. You're going to need an onion. You're going to need some carrots. You're going to need some of your home canned, either diced tomatoes or crushed tomatoes. Not home canned necessarily. You can use store-bought. I like to do crushed tomatoes. It's a very easy recipe that I got out of the USDA Complete Guide to Home Canning. Very quick, very easy. So this is what I generally do with all of my tomatoes that I bring out from the garden. So 2 cans of crushed tomatoes or diced tomatoes if you have some from store-bought. And then you're going to need a couple cans or big quart jars of your wonderful home canned chicken broth, okay? Or you can use store-bought if you don't have it on your shelf. Then you're going to need some Italian sausage links. You can use either mild or hot, your choice, whatever your preference is. And some very basic spices. These are spices you're going to have in your cabinet. You don't have to go searching the whole entire spice aisle or 4 different stores. These are very basic spices. So, let's go get some fluffy soup going to make us feel warm and fluffy, I guess. Okay. All right, guys, let's get started. Okay, we have a large pot on, clean hands. And so I want to get that going ahead and heating up a little bit. We're going to open up these sausage links, mild pork Italian sausage. Now, I usually do it when they're still a little bit on the frozen side. These have a little bit of freezer burn, but that's okay because I'm not using the skins. Okay? And what I do is I just, well, waiting to see which one of these ends is going to give. Here we go. So I just take like a little bit like that out of the casing. Throw it in the pan, okay? You just need something easy, not something hard to do. We're trying to get a good, yummy soup going. Again, another one, just an easy little ball. Throw it in there. If they come apart, that's fine too. It's not a big deal. Whoa. If it, you know, comes down to where it's like ground, and usually I do this over the pot, but I was doing this so I could show you. Now I have just massacred this little ball. Okay. All in the name of videoing. Just let some of it ooze out. And there's a little tiny ball for you right there. And plop them in your pan. And just keep doing that until you're all done. Don't want to make them too big, and if you have little pieces that fall apart, well, that's awesome too. That'll put some little bits in the soup. So, see, like these little bits, I'm going to throw those in there. Don't throw any of it away. Just make sure you get all the sausage out of there. And make little tiny sausage balls. Alright, I'm going to get all this in the pan. And there we go. And then I'm going to get all of the other ingredients chopped up. And then I'll come back and we'll throw everything together. Put them all in the pan. And as you can see, I'm getting a little char on some of the ones that I put in first. That's what I like to do, is get that little bit of a crunch on it. If you just move it around ever so gently and then lift and turn, you won't break them up too bad. We're going to get the rest of all of these with a little bit of char if we can. Spread them out some. I have completely overcrowded this pan, but that's okay. I like a very meaty soup. So we have our beautiful little cutting board here made by Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa. So we are going to start, and we are just going to dice this onion and some of the carrots to where they are really fine. You don't want big chunks. I mean, if you like big chunks, I guess you could make it in big chunks, but we prefer it diced, and that's how I've always done it, is diced very finely. I mean, super fine. So I'm going to show you what that looks like in just 1 second. And I did omit one thing. You do want a little bit of minced garlic. Okay? So you want to make sure you get some of that in there as well. So we're starting in the big pot. My spurtle. So we got the big pot. We got it warming back up again because we turned it down because all the sausage was done. It looked fantastic. So we're going to get that onion. Here are all of our goodies. We're going to get, we got the garlic in there. We're going to get the onions and the carrots all diced up. They're going all in there. And then I'm just going to give those a stir and let those start going a little bit. I'm going to start throwing the sausage in from back here. Get all this in here. It does have a little bit of grease, so you definitely want to drain that grease off. I'm just using my little fish spatula, fish turner, whatever, to get it all out of here quickly. Get everything in this pot going. And at this point, it's like just a dump and go. We're almost done. You want to make sure and rinse off your lentils. As you do with all beans that you have, make sure you get those nice and rinsed off. And that is what I'm going to do after I get this last little bit in. I'm going to get those lentils over there. I'm going to rinse them real good and let this stuff start cooking down. Now, because the vegetables are diced so small, it is not going to take them long to cook at all. But you do want to give everything time and let it marry in the pot. So I'll bring you a little closer. Let you see what we're looking at here. Delicious. Looks so good. All right. Let's let this go. We'll go get our lentils rinsed off, and we'll be right back. I have the lentils draining, so I'm going to start adding in the tomatoes. So it's 2 cans of tomatoes. Oh, that smells so delicious. And 6 cups of chicken broth. Sorry, I'm trying to get a good stir on this. 6 cups of chicken broth. So these are actually 24-ounce cans. So I'm going to add 1 full can and then half of another can. And if I see I need the other half, then I have it ready. Let's see. There we go. That's about half. So get this. We're going to get this, bring this up to a boil. Oh, it smells fantastic. We're going to bring this up to a boil, and then we'll come back and add in our lentils. Oh, I almost forgot. We got to add in all those lovely spices. So I have oregano, 1 teaspoon of oregano, 1 teaspoon of granulated garlic, 1 teaspoon of thyme. I have half a teaspoon of crushed red pepper, 1 teaspoon of salt, and down here in the very, very bottom, I have also half a teaspoon of regular pepper. So that's going to make it smell even better. All right. Oh, it looks so pretty. So pretty, so good, so flavorful. Now, usually if I have it on hand, I will dice up, like I diced up these carrots and onions, I will dice up a zucchini. You never even know it's in there. You have to just be very, very, very careful of zucchini because it cooks like that. And it just becomes like mush. You don't really want that, or I didn't like it that way. So I waited till the very, very, very last minute to throw in, like 10 minutes before we're going to serve it, before I threw in the zucchini. But zucchini is really good in here. You could throw some celery in here. But anyways, we'll bring this up to a boil, and then we'll be back. We're up to a boil, and it's time to go in with those lentils. So I have 1.5 cups of lentils here. I have made this before with 2 cups, and it just ends up being a lot. It's like the lentils take over, and you want the glory to be shared by the lentils and the sausage. So, and all the flavors. So, anyways, here we go. Now, we're going to turn this down so it goes to like a slow simmer. You don't want to boiling out of control, but you want to simmer in there. I'm going to put the lid back on. I am going to give it about an hour, and I am going to go clean up all the dishes in that sink behind me. Guys, there's a lot of dishes in there. So that will take at least a little bit of this time. But already smelling it, it smells fantastic. It's so good. And I'll bring you back when it's all done. It's been an hour, and they have been cooking wonderfully. I took and looked in at about, I think it was like 45 minutes, and it needed that other half a can. So I went ahead and put the other half a can, which would have been another 2 cups in. Look at how wonderful that looks. And we'll try the lentils here. and see if they're done. Let's see if we can find a lentil. There, as you can kind of see what I meant about the lentils kind of take over if you put too many, so definitely don't use the whole bag. Here's my favorite part of all videos when I cook. Okay, so here I decided to put it in a little glass bowl. It's how beautiful the soup is. And hopefully you can see all the goodies in there. There's the lentils over there. Okay, so my favorite way to eat this is Parmesan cheese. Put Parmesan cheese on it. It is so good. Between the Italian sausage and the Parmesan cheese and the tomatoes and all the spices, oh my gosh, it's so good. I know it's going to be delicious, so I'm just going to go ahead and say it. It does have a little bit of a kick, though. Yep. It's delicious. I didn't get any sausage in that bite. It does have a bit of a kick, though. Yeah. You start feeling that. It takes a second, but it sets in. That's so good for you, though. Look at all the lentils. Yummy, yummy. And this is what your bowl looks like, empty. I couldn't help it. I had to pause the camera and finish my little mini bowl. Now, my sinuses are nice and clear now. And I'm nice and hydrated because I've been drinking constantly. If you want to back that heat off, it's one of those good heats, guys. It's not a bad one. It's not like I'm sweating profusely and, oh my gosh, I think I'm going to die. It's like, ooh, that's got a little bit of a kick, but I'm going to keep going back for more. If you want to back out on that, you can cut the black pepper down to 1/4 teaspoon instead of half. And the crushed red pepper down to 1/4 teaspoon instead of half. And that will probably cut that back some. Absolutely delicious, though. And lentils, add them into anything and you get extra iron. Come on, guys, that's a winner right there in itself. Anyways, don't forget to go check out everybody else who has already done a video in this collaboration or is up and coming for the next few days. You can check it out on Heather's channel, Milk and Honey Heritage Farms, or on Gail's channel at Gail's Southern Living. And just a great big thank you to them again for asking me to participate in this. I really appreciate it. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Love you guys. Take care of you and yours. God bless, and we'll see you in our next video.